Hello, everyone.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm fine. Good morning.
Good morning. And let's see, Sarah, where are you from?
I'm from Brazil.
From Brazil. Cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, so everyone right now in the class is from Brazil. Cool. So welcome to what I hope is a very fun class. I've only taught it twice, but I've had a lot of fun each time, and I hope everyone has fun as well. Let's see, Masahiro, hello.
Hello.
How are you today?
Yeah, fine, thank you.
Good. And where are you from?
I'm from Japan, Tokyo.
Tokyo. Cool. Very cool. Welcome. Okay, so no longer all Brazilians.
Nice to see you.
Good, good. All right. So we'll start right away. This is a class that you can come and go as you please. And in this class, you will be given hypothetical situations, and you must choose between the two situations. And a really good would you rather question will be one where it's difficult to choose. So that is what we're going to do. I have a website that we'll start with, but it's always fun to think of your own would you rather questions. So we'll do one from the website, and then I'll ask if you have a would you rather question, and we'll use your questions. All right, let me just say hello, Ahmad. Hello.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, fine, thanks.
Good. And where are you from?
I'm from Indonesia.
Indonesia. Very cool. Welcome to class.
Yeah, thank you.
Great. And Saiban, hello.
Hello.
How are you today?
Good, not bad.
Good, good, good. Great. Welcome to class. And hello, Roberto. All right. So, and just when we have a full class, which is wonderful, so we'll take turns in order. And when it is not your turn, if you'll keep your mic muted, that helps. It helps with the sound for everyone, and I'll do the same. I often forget to mute my mic, so I will remember that today. All right, so let's go to it. I haven't picked out a question yet, but let me share the link, and we'll choose a question to get us started, and then of course, if you have your own question, we'll go to that. Okay, just a note, as far as grammar goes, you'll use a lot of different grammar, but you'll want to use the second conditional a lot. So unreal or imaginary situations. All right, so let's go, and we'll start with our first one. Haven't picked it out yet. This is just the home screen. But let's go. I really like the situation ones. The relationship ones are good too. I'm going to go way to the end, try to find a new one. Find one with that will get some good conversation going. Um, this one might be good to start with. So the question is, would you rather fall in love with your worst enemy or fall in love with someone you have only known for 2 days? And rather in these scenarios, rather just means prefer. And so you can use rather or you can use prefer. Which would you prefer? And I'm going to ask for a volunteer. Do I have a volunteer to go first?
May I?
I'll go first.
Okay, go ahead.
I would rather fall in love with someone I only know for 2 days.
And why?
Because I don't know him very well. So probably I will be more excited about it because I have to learn more about that person. So that's the main reason.
Good, great, yeah. So there's a little bit of adventure in getting to know someone.
Exactly.
Excellent, great, good answer. Okay, 1 vote for 2 days. And let's go to the left here. Ilyas, what would you prefer?
I would prefer that I would fall in love with my worst enemy because neither enmity nor friendship lasts. What is my because what is my enemy can be tomorrow my friend, and one should wrestle his heart from animosity and put himself on the other shoes and should bury the difference in order to live peacefully.
Okay, good point. Yeah, so your enemy today might be your best friend tomorrow.
And there is an Arabic proverb which say that beware of your friend, beware of your. This Arabic proverb that says beware of your friend one at a time, while beware of your enemy one time or once.
Okay, it's a little bit hard to hear. I think we're getting some static from. I think it's from your mic.
There is an proverb Arabic which say beware of your friends 1,000 times, while beware of your enemy only once, because your friends knows your your weakness.
Okay, I see. Yeah, so beware of your friends 1,000 times, beware of your enemies only once.
Because your friends knows your secrets and knows your weakness, so you can't play on this to harm you.
Interesting. I've never heard that proverb before. Great. Thank you for sharing. Okay. And let's see. I think Ahmed, your mic is giving some static maybe. There it is. Okay, so everyone just keep your mic muted until it's your turn. And I will go in order. So next here is Ana Carolina. What would you rather do?
Well, I'd rather fall in love with someone I only know for 2 days. Sorry, because the worst is a very strong word, you know. Sometimes, uh, when you like someone, uh, you can hate this person because it's a kind of self-defense, I guess, you know. But worst, no. If it was written just your enemy, maybe I would choose the first option. But worst, Is it make sense or no?
Yeah. So if it was maybe just a plain enemy, you would choose that. But worst enemy is going to be a very, very bad enemy for you.
But maybe your new friend can turn out to be bad in the future.
Possibly, yeah, right? We don't know this person. He might turn out to be your new worst enemy. Great. So we have 2 votes for today person. We have 1 vote for worst enemy. And it is Ahmad's turn. Ahmad, what would you rather do?
Yeah, for me, I'd rather to fall in love with someone I only known for 2 days.
And why?
The reason because if someone that we only knew for 2 days, uh, there is 2 possibility of this person, whether he's bad or she or he is bad or he or she is good person. But with our worst enemy, it's clear that he or she are bad. So that's why he or she become our enemy. I think that's my opinion.
Great, excellent. So fall in love with someone for 2 days. There's a possibility that you might love them, whereas with your enemy, there's no possibility. Great. All right. And moving along, we're going around the bend. So Sarah, your turn.
I I prefer fall in love with someone and I only know for 2 days because the fall in love with my worst enemy sounds strange for me. So I prefer to know another person who I only know for 2 days. I like to know someone new every day.
Good, great. Good reason, yeah. So that excitement of someone new.
Yeah.
Good, great. All right, so we're at 4 votes for the 2-day person, 1 vote for the worst enemy. And Saiban, your turn. What would you rather do?
Okay, I think we have to be very careful about the new friends because we don't know. I mean, if he or she is gonna hurt me or not. I mean, if she will be really, I mean, a loyal friend or a trust. If I can trust him or not. So you have to just let's say like test him or her to know if she or he or she is trust with you or not. So I would um, prefer the first option, fall love in my worst enemy, because at least I know my enemy, how she or he gonna hurt me, the way and I mean, I know, but for someone new, I might not how he or her, she will hurt me. So I prefer the first option, and although it's really hard for somebody to just I mean be friend for 2 days.
Good. Yeah, great. So at least with your worst enemy, you know what you're getting. Good.
Yeah, I know what I am getting with my enemy. I'll just bring one example. Here we have like community here in this university, Kurdish community. I mean, we be a enemy first of all, and then we turn to the first to the best friend. But we know each other very well, and then we turn to be a to build a friendship among us.
Good. Good. Yeah.
Uh,
Good point.
Teacher, in our culture, our Islamic culture, in order to know someone very well, one should travel with him or lend him money, or be, or just be his neighbor.
Yeah, those are three surefire ways to get to know.
To reveal the
Truly
true
know
character of
someone.
someone. Money, neighborhood, and traveling.
Good, great. Thank you for sharing that. Excellent. All right, and let's see. I believe Roberto, it is your turn. So far, we've got 4 votes for 2 days, 2 votes for worst enemy.
Okay, I prefer to fall in love with my worst enemy because I know how she is, but I'm afraid of somebody who I don't know because
Good.
when you fall in love, you are blind.
Good. Yeah. So even if it's your worst enemy, if you're falling in love, you're no longer enemies really anymore.
Yes, because now is my enemy, but after is my my friend, my girlfriend. It's better.
Great, great, good point. All right, so we're at 4 votes and 3 votes, and it's Raphael's turn. What would you rather do?
I'd rather fall in love with my worst enemy.
And why?
Uh, I believe the answer is very straightforward. When I believe that the threshold between love and hate sometimes is very thin. Sometimes we don't even know why we are hating someone. So, whereas falling in love with someone you only know for 2 days, and I don't believe in love at first sight. I don't believe people meet each other and instantaneously they fall in love. Maybe a crush, or maybe a platonic passion, or maybe something just someone has a strong feeling, but I don't believe in love. I believe love must be something which evolves gradually, not just a thing that comes instantaneously. So that's why I believe that falling in love with my worst enemy would be more suitable.
Good, good. Yeah, good point. Yeah, that falling in love with someone you don't know isn't even possible, perhaps. Great. All right, so we're at a tie. We've got 4 votes and 4 votes, and Masahiro, it's up to you. Let's see if you'll break the tie here. Well, you will, either way. What would you rather do?
I choose fall in love with your worst enemy because I think this sentence feel uh, I'm so really excited at the sounds of this sentence. uh, uh, this because of the forbidden love. It's I think it's 2 sides of the same coins between enemy words and lovers. I think that's all.
Good, great. Great, so another vote for the worst enemy. I like that love and hate are 2 sides of the same coin, right?
Yeah.
Good, good, good. All right, so, yes, go ahead.
Who loves sincerely never can hate, and who forgets never can hate.
Can you say that one more time?
One should be forgetful and forget to those who are. One should be forgetful to those who harm him.
So one should forget the hurt done by the enemy.
Yeah.
Good, good.
Order,
All right.
order
Excellent.
to peacefully and to live happily.
Yeah, it's important to keep in mind.
Because hate fuels hate. Hate fuels hate, and revenge fuels much more hate. And the best way is to be peaceful.
Good. Yeah, great. So another thing to think on about our enemy, right? Okay, just looking at the scorecard here, we've got 4 votes for the 2-day person, 5 votes for worst enemy. I'll cast my vote, and I would also choose to fall in love with my worst enemy, for reasons very similar to Raphael's. Someone that I've met or only known for 2 days, I might fall in love with them, but that love really would just be infatuation. And 2 weeks later, I would hate that person. Also, I agree with Masahiro that love and hate are kind of similar emotions, both very, very strong and powerful. So that is it for that question. Good thoughts, good arguments, good defenses, everyone. Does anyone have their own would you rather situation they'd like to ask the group?
May I?
I'd like to ask your opinion. Hello?
Yes. Go
Hello?
ahead. Go ahead, Ahmed.
Okay, thank you. I'd like to ask your opinion regarding the television show, actually a reality show titled Married at First Sight. So what do you think about it? Have you ever seen?
I have never seen it. Has anyone
I see.
Has anyone else in the group seen that show? No, I don't have a TV actually right now, so I've not heard of that show.
Yeah,
Tell us a little
actually,
bit about it.
yeah, actually, it's the show is regarding three couples. Actually, three couples. They married only when they they first meet at the altar. You know, yeah, when the first time they meet and they get married, and
Wow.
the show.
That
Yeah, hello.
yes, yes. So that sounds crazy to me.
Yeah.
I would not go on that show. I guess I would if they paid me enough. I would do that, but
Yeah.
only because I could later get a divorce. Sounds crazy.
Yeah, so crazy. It's crazy actually.
Good, good, interesting. I'll have to check that show out later. Thanks. All right, so Anna Carolina, I believe you have a question for us. Let's hear it.
Okay. Would you rather have a a son who is addicted to drugs, or a son who is disabled and completely dependent on you?
Okay, great.
The question, please.
I'm going to type it in the chat real quick, and I'm in the Verbling chat. But the question is, would you rather have a son who is addicted to drugs or a son who is completely disabled? Just 1 second and I'll get that in the chat. So a son addicted to drugs, or a son who is disabled. I'll post it in the Google chat as well. That is a good question. And let's see, Maestra went first last time, so let's move to the left. Ilias, that makes it your turn. What would you rather have? A son addicted to drugs or a son who is completely disabled?
Both of them they are part of me. They are my flesh and blood. So so if I had a disabled child, I will be patient and ask God reward. Whereas if I had an addicted child, I will try my best to help him get out of his dilemma. So he's my child. I will strive to solve him, to get him out of the bad situation. But both cases require patience and goodwill to remove all obstacles put in my way. Because this life is full of trial. You hear me? Do you hear me? I don't hear you.
Stephanie, your mic is mute.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Do you hear me, teacher?
Yes, I do. Sorry, I'm trying to mute my mic to improve the sound, but then I forget that my mic is muted.
Okay.
Good. So yeah, both sons would require a lot of care and patience.
Goodwill. But they are part of me. They are my blood and flesh. Okay.
Yeah, and so you're forced to choose one. Which one would you choose?
So no one can choose.
But in this game, you have to choose.
I cannot choose my tribe. Neither can I choose the other behavior. So this life is full of tests, of inflictions and disasters. So we hope that we lead a happy life.
Okay. So if you're not going to choose, I can't record a vote for you. I agree with you that certainly both situations, it would be your child, and you would care for your child as much as you could.
And no one chooses it. No one chooses in his life.
Okay.
We have free will, but we don't choose sickness.
True. All right. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Good thoughts for us to think of as we continue. So Anna Carolina, which son would you choose?
Okay, I would choose the some addicted to drugs because it would have a solution. I would send him to rehab and try to rescue him and to put him together again. But disabled child, I would have to take care of him for the rest of my life, and then I would fear because one day I would pass away, you know, and who would take care of him, you know?
Yeah, good point. Yeah, so with the drug addiction, at least there's a possible cure. Good, versus the ongoing nature of the disability. Good, interesting thoughts. And Ahmad, your turn. Which son would you rather have? Difficult choice, difficult situations.
I I prefer to have a son who is completely disabled rather than a son who is addicted to drugs, because if our son is addicted to drugs, then they tend to do something that is criminal. Yeah, because they have to buy and they start to steal things from our house. So it's very difficult to, yeah, to monitor our son rather than a son who is completely disabled.
Ah,
I
yeah.
think that's my opinion.
Good.
Teacher, I have to go, but before that, I would like to say one more thing.
Yes.
Maybe this disabled child will fill my life with joy.
True. Yeah. Yeah, that's something I think I've heard. I've heard parents of disabled children say before that it's changed their life for the better. So, good points. Good points.
Nice to meet you, teacher. Thank you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Thank you for joining us. See you next time. Great. So we have Ahmad. Great thoughts. Definitely with drug addiction, there's more problems that go along with that. So it's just good to keep that in mind as we make this difficult choice. All right, great. And going around to Sarah. Sarah, your turn. Which son would you prefer?
It's a hard situation. I really don't know, but I think I prefer have a son who is addicted to drugs, because at least I have one choice to try to take him to rehab or something like that. But completely disabled is too hard to family, to parents, to everybody, and there is no chance to try to get better. But I think it's a hard situation, but I think is addicted to drugs is more easy. See, if you think in this line of assassin, it's like that. But I think I'm not sure, because it's a hard situation, and I have no kids, so it's hard.
Yeah, it definitely is hard. Hard decision, but yeah, good point again about the possibility of rehab. Great. Excellent. And let's see, Saiban, how about you? Tough question, but you're forced to choose. Which would you choose?
It's too hard choice. To be honest, Anna, I didn't like this question, but you have to speak. It's too hard, but I will choose disabled child or son, because the person who addict to the drug, he or she, I mean because we are talking about son. Okay, so he preferred this life, so he chose the worst life. He makes his life very worse, and then why he will makes my life worse? No, I don't like the son. I like the son disabled. The God choice disability for my son, so he didn't make my life worse. Sometime a disabled person, as the other classmate mentioned, that sometimes he really make our life better. So and so why I will prefer as some bad son? No, I will prefer a innocent a really good son, even if he is disabled. It doesn't matter. But I think he will be better than son will addict with a drug, and I cannot control him. And it's too hard. It's very hard. Even if you send somebody to rehab, it's very hard to just make him to don't be addict. It's really to give up with a drug. So it's not very easy, let's say, habit. It's very bad habit, and lots and lots of people, they did very wrong. They did a lot of criminal because of this drug. So my option, I would rather to have disabled son rather than addicted son. With drugs.
Good, good. Yeah, interesting thoughts. So the pain of watching your son make such a bad choice would be possibly too much to bear. Good, great. Thank you. Roberto, so we're at 2 votes for each. 2 votes for the addicted son, 2 votes for the disabled son. Which would you prefer?
I don't know, teacher. I don't know what to say. Both are terrible situations. One thing is, what I want to say is the type of drug who is addicted. It's not the same cocaine or heroin or pills. Depend. I think heroin is the best drug. Okay, maybe cocaine, some can go on, but heroin, I think is the worst.
Yeah, yeah. So it does depend which drug they're addicted to, and let's just say, for the sake of this situation, let's say it is heroin addiction.
Yes, I don't know. Sorry, teacher, but I don't know anybody who is addicted to drug or very near, and I don't know people who is completely disabled. So I think, my opinion is not a good opinion. Okay, opinion for say something is, I think, is not good. It's not.
Okay, so where should I put your vote then?
Yes.
All right. So if you're forced to choose, which would you choose? You're forced to someone. You have no way out.
Teacher, the problem is I don't know too much about that. So my opinion is not good. It's not good. It's not correctly.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna put your vote up in a circle on the top. As we go, I keep score on my very advanced score pad. Great. So thank you for sharing your thoughts. This is a really tough one. But for this game, do try to suspend your realism, go imaginary, and choose, make a choice if you can. So Rafael, how about you? Which would you choose?
I agree with Saiban. I believe I'd rather choose a disabled son because he didn't have the choice to. It didn't have the life choice, whereas the addicted son, maybe he had to come the weakness of life of his body, and of course he must consider other aspects like economical aspects and how the son will be raised, of course by myself, but. I'd rather choose a disabled son. At least he can make me proud of some way in the future. He might make me proud, but I don't believe the addicted son would cause something like that. I think so. Yes, I'd rather choose a disabled son instead of gifted.
Good reason. Yeah. So at least with the disabled son, there's still a possibility of feeling proud and loving your son a lot. Good. Thank you, Raphael. Masahiro, which would you choose?
It's a difficult question for me. I choose. I can choose disabled, Sorry, this. I forgot.
Disabled.
Disabled one. Because this situation is unavoidable, um, uh, the former one, first one is definitely avoidable situation. So I can choose the latter one.
Good.
Oh.
Great. All right, good. So that leaves, let's see. So I think we have 2 votes for the addicted son, 3 for the disabled, 2 votes I couldn't count, and we still have Wellington. Wellington, I'm glad you made it back in the class.
Yeah, so somebody run away of this question.
Yes, it is a tough question.
Yeah.
What do you think? What would you choose?
I choose don't have child. Child. I don't have child, so I stay over the wall. But it's not easy. Choose something like this. Like I said, addicted child is dependent of the drug. Is very he do a mess in the life of all family, father, their parents, the life of their siblings, and sometimes, like it was said, this person is involved with criminals, and the situation came to his home, and so it's very difficult. Unfortunately, this is happening all the time. I think everybody knows some family that pass for this. And to have a disabled child, I think, of course, it's hard to raising one child with this problem. Of course, if you have money, is a little easier because you can treat this child with there is the better. So if you don't have money, it's worse. It's worse. Yeah, I think money is the key. Money, healthy assistance is the key. I think. So I must choose. I don't know. I don't know. But there is other situation that if like Anna said, when the parents pass away, who will take care of the child? I think this is
this is the main problems with this situation.
Yeah,
So
that's a good point.
yeah. So, but I think I prefer have a child with disability.
Okay, so another vote for the disabled child. Great. All right, so that was everyone. Everyone got to cast a vote, correct?
No, you, teacher.
Oh, yes, me. Okay. All right, so this might make me sound terrible. I'm a selfish person in a lot of ways, and I'm not a natural caretaker. So if I had to choose, I would rather have a son addicted to drugs.
Stephanie, you are frozen.
The teacher's gone. Teacher?
Stephanie?
Okay, sorry about that.
You were frozen.
Okay, yeah, some weird.
And you were frozen with a funny face.
Good. Well, if it's gonna freeze, I'd like it to bring laughter at least. Yeah, this all of a sudden the little light on my camera went off, and I saw this screen that I've never seen before. Came up on both of my windows. So
Yeah.
very strange, but just refreshed and it worked. Yeah, weird.
Sometimes happy.
Let's see. So where was I? I was just saying I would prefer the addicted son because I hopefully could afford rehab and get him some help. But even if that if that didn't happen, I feel like the son chose it himself. So I wouldn't have the responsibility to care. And I'm sure if I were a mother, maybe I would have a different opinion, but I would not want to spend the rest of my life taking care of someone else. So I vote for the addicted son. And that's
Excuse me, for private question, but are you mom yet or not?
No, I am not. I am not.
Oh, you're muted. I cannot hear you.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. It was my mic. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I am not a mother.
Oh, okay.
and-
Enjoy your life.
Yes, I've been very selfish. I like to spend my time doing what I want to do. I'm, in fact, not sure if I will ever have children. So that's probably part of the reason for my choice. Great, everyone. Okay, I think we have time for one more. And so we're going to go back to the website really quick. I think I found a good, interesting one. So this one, would you rather live without electricity or without running water? I think Anna Carolina, I think, went first last time. Let's have Ahmad go first for this one. Which would you rather live without?
I would rather to live without electricity for sure. Yeah, because we as human, we need water. Without water, we cannot survive actually. But without electricity, I think we still can live. for a long time. I think that's all.
Good. Yeah, good point. So water is more important than electricity to being alive. Good. Great. So one vote for electricity. Wellington, which would you live without?
I would rather live without electricity, of course. Yeah.
Okay. And why?
Why? Why? Like water is life. We need we need water more than electricity. Electricity. Yes, because we need to eat, to wash. So I think this the answer is very easy. It's easier for us because this.
Good. So maybe this will be a real easy, quick one. I think it's a little harder, but good. So another vote for electricity.
Yes.
Sarah, how about you?
I really prefer life without electricity because there is no way to live without water. Yeah, I think there is fire, candles, but without water, no, there is no chance.
All right, good. We do have water still, just not running water. So no faucet, no pipes. But you can still get water from a well or from the rain. You can collect rainwater.
Yeah, in this case, I prefer living life running water. Yeah, to take in some places and give my electricity in my house.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
Yes, yes. The question is run water. Yes.
Yes, I understood is without water, but
Yeah.
running water and when you take your water in some place.
Yeah, good. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
I changed my vote, Stephanie.
All right, so now we have, let's see, so Sarah, you're voting for water then without running water because you can still have rainwater or a well, and Wellington changing. Ahmad,
Yeah.
do you want to stay with your vote for electricity?
Yeah, I stay with my choice because without electricity, it's only function when the night comes. But in the daily life, we still have sun, you know.
Great, great, good point. Excellent. All right. Saiban, how about you? No electricity or no running water?
Oh, of course, no running water. Um, Although water is too important for us, but we can get water outside the home and then bring it to the home. It will not be very big deal. But thank God that here in United States it's easy. There's the water is always running and the electricity is always we have always electricity and the water in the house. But back in Iraq was I mean the water electricity especially was like I mean, a dream for us sometime, especially back in 1990 and 1999. That time was really hard for us when we were under Saddam Hussein's regime. Was too hard for to get the electricity and water because Iraq was too poor that day. Yeah, so I would prefer the I mean just living without running water.
Good, good, good. Thank you for sharing that. So you have some real life experience going without, backing
Yeah,
up your decision. Good.
yeah. I live this situation.
Good, interesting. Thank you for sharing that.
Sure.
All right. So we're at 3 votes for water, 1 vote for electricity. Roberto, what would you rather live without?
I prefer to live with electricity because I want to receive bearing classes.
All
Yes,
right.
of course. And the water, okay, the water is very important, but I'll look for it by my own.
Good, good. So you can still gather some water, but you can't take verbaling classes without electricity.
Yes.
Good. All right. Great. Thank you. Masahiro, your turn. What would you rather go without?
I choose first one, live without electricity, because if electricity is nothing, we can live during daytime. But if running water is nothing, we, we cannot wash our body, and would be uh, our body would be bad smell. That's all.
Yeah, very good point. That running water gives a certain degree of cleanliness. Good, great point. Anna Carolina, what would you prefer to live without?
I would rather live without electricity because when my connection drops or my cell phone is dead, it drives me crazy, And when my electricity goes out, is it right to say? It drives me crazy as well. And I would take a bath using a book, or I would find a solution to stay clean, but without electricity, no, I would be really bored.
Good. All right.
To
So
death. Bored to death.
bored to death. Funny. So you will choose to have no running water? Just for me to
Yes, teacher. I would take a bath using a book. And I would find a way, but without electricity, my gosh, no.
That is funny. Good. So another vote for no running water. All right. And so where we stand, we've got 2 votes for without electricity, 2 votes for without water.
And you?
And my vote, I have experienced both for a short time. In 2012, I spent 3 weeks teaching in a very remote village in Nepal, where there was no electricity and no running water.
How did you take a shower?
I had to hike about 20 minutes up to a mountain that had a tap of mountain water running on it. So after that experience, I can confidently say that I would rather not have electricity. It was annoying to me. I couldn't charge my phone. Not that I could use my phone, but I had books on my phone that I was reading, so I couldn't charge it to read my books. But not having running water drove me crazy. Not being able to wash my hands after using the bathroom Not being able to wash myself daily or even weekly. Not being able to wash the dishes with soap, not brushing my teeth, not having drinking water was just too much for me. It was very, very difficult. So if I'm forced to choose, I want the running water. All right, and so yeah. So I think that I'm not sure if I marked my score or not. Looking at our score sheet, we have 6 votes for no running water. Oh wait, I put mine on the wrong side. Okay, 3 votes for no electricity, 5 votes for no running water. Looks like no running water is the winner for that scenario. And that brings us to the end of class for today.
Okay.
All right. So everyone, thank you for your thoughts. Very interesting.
Thank you. Thank
very
you too.
entertaining. This class will happen again, I think, on Friday, on May 15th. So if you like the class, come, and if you have your own questions, bring them, and we'll do your questions as well.
All right. Bye, guys. Thank you, teacher.
All right. Bye, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your
Thank you,
Sunday.
teacher.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.